Hey everyone, and guess what? It is Read Across America week, so I am going to do a special review, and in fact, I have not found a single review of this movie on YouTube at all. I don't even think it's got a lot of reviews online, period. But it's also a pretty special book. It's a special book, special about movies because it's probably like a perfect love letter for readers of all ages. And let me see if I can find it in here because I thought I had it out. Maybe I had it out. I do have it out. It is Stone Reader. And this is a documentary by Mark Moskowitz. And I'll just call him Mark because I know I'm screwing up that name surely enough. But Mark is a commercial director mainly for campaign commercials. So, like, if you see any of those Trump or Hillary Clinton commercials or whatnot, every single election season you see some kind of commercial. This is the guy that puts together those commercials. But he's also like a lifetime bookworm. So this is a movie about him discovering a book he'd tried to read as a teenager and didn't read until he was an adult, called The Stones of Summer by Dow Mossman. And apparently he considers it one of the greatest American novels ever written. However, not only can he not find any more books from this author, he literally cannot find any kind of information about Dow Mossman. So this movie chronicles his whole search to find this author and find out why he didn't write another book. And I have a lot of... This really touched my heart in a lot of ways because as a guy that's pretty much spent the last year and a half trying to find an agent and keep getting rejected, it dawns on you so much how special it is that even one book gets published. It is such a incredibly rough world, despite what everybody says about oh, it's so easy to get published nowadays. It really isn't, unless you are willing to sell so much of yourself and sell anything else. But I won't break this movie. I urge you to find it yourself and discover it for yourself. It is just a special movie about authors and readers in general. And so much of this movie follows him through this journey of finding out what happened to this author. And also at many points he's saying why am I even doing this for? Because he shares it with other reader fans that don't like the book as much as him. So I said what is the point of this whole thing? And I like Mark's narration. It's very much like Michael Moore, except he is so low key that it's almost it's almost soothing the way his voice is throughout this book. And of course, I call it book when it's a movie. It's a documentary, and heck, it's even produced by Barnes and Noble. They're the ones that put this out. I got this copy on Amazon. I do not know where else you could find this book. I'm doing it again. I think this is just one of those movies where one is one and the same. It's so much about books that it just becomes that in general. It's a great watch. I recommend it fully. Some people may think that it's a little slow, and it kind of is. But what's so special about this is that it's so much about putting focus on a book that has not been published since the 70s. That when this movie came out, Barnes and Nobles did a second printing of that book. So, and my local library even had a copy of it. So I got to read the book that this movie was inspired by. And I wouldn't have even known about this movie had I not read this book. Leonard Maltin's 151 best movies that you've never seen. He did a great article about this movie, and that was really inspiring. Although I had already seen half of the movies that were on the topics of this book. So it was kind of okay, really? But definitely a special movie, and definitely check it out if you can find it on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix or not, or Hulu or what have you. But search it out, and if you are a book lover like me, you will likely enjoy. Thank you.